Good day, everyone. Now, we are going to talk all about the Cry of Pugad Lawin. The Cry of Pugad Lawin, when and where. When and where are the two questions asked of this significant event in the history of the Philippines. The Cry of Pugad Lawin o Balintawak. How and when did this controversy start? Balintawak had always been the site for the cry, recognized by historians and students. This was all in the books in Philippine history being used in all schools. Aside from this, every 26th of August, this event was commemorated in the place. However, Teodoro Agoncillo steered the controversy that the event actually happened on August 23, 1896, not August 26, and the site was Pugad Lawin and not Balintawak. So his claim started a confusion among the teachers and students of history. There are 5 dates and places cited where the event actually happened. The dates are August 20, 23, 24, 25, and 26. And the places are Balintawak, Pugad Lawin, Kangkong, Bahay Turo, and Pasong Tamo. So where did Agoncillo base his claim that the event actually happened on August 23, 1896 and in Pugad Lawin? So his claim was based on Payo Valenzuela's account, a photograph showing the latter with the granddaughter of Melchor Aquino named Monica Ramos. And according to him, Pugad Lawin was the site of the general meeting of the Katipunan on August 23, 1896. And it was determined that the fighting against the Spaniards would start, and the cry marking the start of the Philippine Revolution against Spain. Pugad Lawin was within the area of Balintawak and should not be much of an issue except for the date, which was known from August 26, 1896 to August 23. But a stickler to accuracy, as he was known for, he replaced Balintawak to Pugad Lawin. Payo Valenzuela's grandson, Arturo Valenzuela, in his published work, which was based largely on his grandfather's memoirs, elaborated that the first cry of Balintawak was held on August 23, 1896 in the backyard of Tandang Sora's house. They moved to Malanday on August 26, 1896. Thus, when the Spaniards arrived in Pasong Tamo, they found no Katipunero in the place. So the Spaniards shot the 2 farmers they saw in the place and reported a cry of Balintawak. And according to him, on why his grandfather's claim was that because he was under on Spanish interrogation in 1896, and it was referred to the date of the cry as August 26. Had the memoirs of Valenzuela matched the signed testimony he gave to the Spaniards when he was interrogated, there could have been no issue on this historical event, but his memoirs, published by Wenceslao Ritana, stated that the former mentioned that the cry happened in Balintawak on August 26. However, his memoirs were published after the war. It stated that the cry happened in Pugad Lawin on August 23, 1896. The late historian Pedro Gaglilonia wrote the controversy among the historians continue to the present day. The cry of Pugad Lawin cannot be accepted as historically accurate because it lacks positivity. It lacks positive documentation and supporting evidence from eyewitness. So, the testimony of Dr. Payo Valenzuela is not enough to authenticate and very controversial issue in history. So why was Valenzuela's account of cry doubted by historians like Gagilonia, despite the fact that the renowned historian Teodoro Agoncillo referred to him as the most credible authority on the issue, citing his being educated and a close friend of Bonifacio, as well as his possession of retentive memory, the degree of his involvement in the event, and his narrative ability. So, three factors which are important in historical recollection. So, simply because in many instances, when Valenzuela was interviewed, he gave conflicting statements on this significant event of 1896. Now, I will let Mary Hazel Disherto discuss the statements of Payo Valenzuela.
So next is from Pio Valenzuela. So here are the statements and the dates on the significant events on 1896. So year statement given on September 2 and 3, 1896, that was given to Spanish interrogatorso. He stated here that they remained in Balintawak Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. In September 6, 1896 statement, after he surrendered in Manila, Valenzuela stated here that the cry took place in Balintawak Wednesday, August 26. In August 31, 1911 statements, he stated here that the cry happened in Pasong Tamo in the house of Aling Melchora. In 1930 statements, he stated here that the cry took place first at Kangkong in the house and yard of Apolonio Samson on August 22. And also, it was in the house, storehouse, and yard of Juan Ramos, son of Melchora Aquino in Pugad Lawin on August 23, 1896. In 1935 statements, together with Bricio Bregido Pantas and Cipriano Pacheco, it was stated here that the cry didn't happen in Balintawak but in Pugad Lawin. So because of the conflicting statements of Valenzuela, another historian, Jean N. Schumacher, expressed his doubt on his credibility. So he stated here, I would certainly give much less credence to all accounts coming from Pio Valenzuela and to the interpretations of Agoncillo that got from him verbally, since he gave so many versions from the time he surrendered to the Spanish authorities and made various statements not always compatible with one another up to the time when as an old man he was interviewed by Agoncillo. So next is Zafra in 1960, who made a review of literature related to the cry from 1896 to 1956, which revealed the following. Year published 1896, authored by Olegario Diaz. The cry, according to him, that the cry took place in Balintawak, dated August 25, 1896. Year published 1911, according to Manuel Artigas e Cuarva, that the cry also happened or took place in Balintawak but dated on August 20, 1896. 1925, according to Teodoro Calao, that the cry took place in Kangkong in Balintawak but dated on last week of August. In 1926, same as Manuel Artigas e Cuarva, according to Leonardo Fernandez, that the cry took place in Balintawak, same as the Manuel Artigas y Cuarva, dated on August 20, 1896. Year published 1927, authored by Santiago Alvarez. The cry happened in Bahay Toro, dated August 24, 1896. In 1932, according to Guillermo Masangkay, that the cry happened in Balintawak, dated August 26, 1896. 1948, who authored by Pio Valenzuela, that the cry happened or took place in Pugad Lawin, dated August 23, 1896. In 1954, according to Conrado Benetes, that the cry took place in Kangkong, dated August 20, 1896. In 1954, according to Gregorio F. Zalde, that the cry happened in Balintawak, same as Gilerio Masangkay. It was dated on August 26, 1896. Lastly, 1956, according to Teodoro A. Agoncillo, that the cry happened or took place in Pugad Lawin, same as Pio Valenzuela, that dated on August 23, 1896. So as can be gleaned from the above data, there were several dates and places mentioned in the works of the above mentioned authors related to the cry. So Encarnacion wrote, he stated here that while the sole aim was to pinpoint the start of the 1896 Philippine Revolution, Bonifacio's cry often lead to different interpretations. And as time went on, the event became more absurd, so government issued policies changed the date to the cry commemoration from August 24, 1896 to August 26, 1897, August 26, 1896 in 1911, August 23, 1896 in 1963. So likewise, the place identified kept on changing as more frivolous surveys model the significance of that event. Thank you.